la dit Robert Sentamu Chagulanyi kona lumo mabe pedange Chagulanyi Robert Sentamu obedo ultima dressing mono as a never submit chichaki address only always kilumo me protecting right padano kijumo kana mapago beri pat money me lwen ngene ikiana kenyo tip jumana lokum yorkom jumana lokum chiek be ti kiana kenyo kibelo fonye be no ti kiana kenyo because ka ku kar command lobo no tika kerwae ilobo en mono jemio bi warni ning lwentie presidential candidate mugo bero kat gene gitika chwale gi yuma be wan wa neno kero jemino tum kere o wa paka gi lumula dirta dare i submit only my en beno tim addressing dana ye mabe jumo kene ngiyo ngoma eno logo at the moment kidong bena I wiati eno lego pe sanction. Do you think sanction ma eno logo o ma lego pe yer eno ni kidong ben address ma eno beriye is a never submit only Romatim affecting Uganda katim affecting Uganda in which way how
my doctrine into the history let me say summit in a po chakatian summit in a chakawachon very low mapol there's a moment in Germany in 1985 it was in Switzerland between the German and Soviets if I can remember
and Beno tim addressing
no actually it was to discuss issues very many issues more especially to do with the peace actually the protections of human rights and protection of the political prisoners those are some of the issues that these guys will never ever fail to discuss every year so long as there's that summit that summit sometimes addressing through Zoom more in the world of .com nowadays but by then in the 1985 that was war era moment mono Soviet Union actually kuberti on ground the peace talk moma karoti on ground in amount major chalk in utime manoki addressing several issues of which Bob Wine was included and also from different countries also was included. The Venezuelan president also came aboard whereby Kibera Lokom and Machado President Maduro and Begi Lokom but to not to go far with the discussion with that area only I think ni atamani mira agam look any watching about the sanctions.
Yes, Piani, Karawachi, the opposition leader Robert Chagulan Madame Ying sent Bobi Wine Oluo international community to impose the target of sanction against President Yoweri Museveni ki wore ma meno General Moozi. Pingoni kidong senior government
to impose what sanctions
comme la dit lobo ki wore madano nging men Moozi kidong government officials mo kan piani oluo piani getika violating human rights o we ko paka be gilu eno chere address chani
the reason to why Bobi Wine sometimes might have called upon the sanctions in Uganda in these international communities that they want to give us support through the actually the military equipment through the health sectors they support the health sectors they support a lot of things even the infrastructures they support a lot of things even through education they support a lot of things and you know why you come on in the mawa getika me support it's Uganda government mono through defense they give us dege en menana ge mi dege mo ganti ma ge mi ge Russia dege mo ganti ma ge wil ma yor ke Russia Russia to why we shall contribute 40% or 60% undo kadege ge char dege mo alimia chien la bol pa wa dege char alimia chien pe char dege alimia chien Russia to why wana ba mi chien ali piara biya na chien ali piara bi undo mi balance mo dong so through those supports ke waya ni Uganda committee ke ker me choy mo me duong pini kita me gitu ar chulo mo ni chen ma mer ko bal me wido jeme loanyi gitu ke me chulo mo me nyudi gitu ke me recruiting mo and those mo nyeni gitu tikeri against civilian
Civilian mano balgi tie kare ke balgi pe.
Civilian mano get exercising their rights. You have the rights to expression of freedom. Na away borni. Kage mati ka di ini ka expressing your freedom or your feelings, which is not contrary. Mano chawa way pe diu chia. Gitamani mero giti ki mon mego in mon wor ke mudugo. Mon wor ke kanista anyo wawe tear gas. Tear gas ki wila through the money actually fund support
From the international community.
Yeah, from the international community or the Western world, let me say. Chao kene jamene ke miya miya. Manyo babu antika kato sanctions any name. Miro peke funding in with those equipment. Ma chao pene kiti ke jamene against the civilian. Mano balgi peke. So kenoni kapeke funding in they become powerless. Ma where civilian can exercise their rights. So more special things to do with the military attires, actually with military equipment. My well child get deal down. Anyo, Chairman will overtie these Geneva members of the Geneva. Actually, the institution it has been constituted through the international law. My well again beg it you with those international law. Running like with this gig colonizing chalo Uganda gi Kenya gi Kweni.
Yes.
So manyuni of course they contribute a lot to us. Chalo logo eoni kumergi wani there's something that is happening in Uganda kitika di Padano. People are not free to exercise their political rights. They have the authority. It's their mandate to talk about it, to address this kind of issues. Benini Kapek addressing, no Dante Chan. We have a lot of political prisoners committing. Kawaii in Pemero Gamenta in any Gui, Getimini, Manuni, Kadong international community, Petro Laurier, Manuni, people will die, people will rot, people will be in prison, and Kibitoro to Padano, Kibitoro to Padano, Manuni. Lega Bobo and take a legoni, the international community should come to intervene into these issues. Penike por qui Merong Emery Cherrywood. This thing are prophesizing sometimes back. Ni Kakui Boluquini pa Bowen either they will arrest him from his house or he might be in the house arrest. Anyo kibikero cases Mike and Mona go by come and Mawar get away and Manopo working my year and this thing might stabilize after like 1.5 months, 1 month or 1.5 months or even more than.
Okay, la pentieni sanction na oni ki lungo ma boss ma Bobi Wine lungo ki international community ni obien e kom lock anoni. Itam romo ke lo para kom Uganda.
Of course to ke lo para kom Uganda.
You mene.
Jam gonna be bear ki but to refer it back to the military thing, Uganda committee has a threat to Congo from this side of Congo. Uganda take a threat. In case I do you go down, our ammunitions, anyo jeme equipment now, anyo moin committee they have deserted very moin. Of course there are a lot of deserters, mako deserting moin. Moin come no ni muchar ke pedika donya maromagi. Gitika overworking genera muchar be popore. Anyo titima tek, very deserted. I mean, the desert teach me making you deserters, get deserting teach me making actually no good deserting money. Uganda go very with the law enforcement. Mano very low full mano
Pagaramo alwa mo yape.
Defending kucha karmo jon kan bana yela tie border kan Sudan ka in bene. It's a threat.
So now
Manyuni ka international community pedika mi mano gimioni where were very powerless. Mano, we cannot defend our country, so we can be victim of those problems. Mano, jogging rebels go kill it.
So in tamani luo ene ma la dit mano opposition leader luoni. Ka international community go biano. Itamani they can work on that issue. Uganda they can work on it.
They can address those issues. You know, when Venezuela had issues oh, Iran is still having issues. Civilians makono kuchago yelo post yelo flag by USA mi arboko angi. Of course they had issues. Gitamatama as a superpower, as America being a superpower, they can easily intervene with the issues. Again, sometimes they need to take radical decision. Though UN Charter, Article 2 of the UN Charter, you cannot invade certain country, the sovereignty of certain country. This what I call radical decision has to be taken. America might have taken a good step to intervene into issues of Venezuela because there's a lot of impunity, there's a lot of citizens of Venezuela. Although America also had their own motive, but I think the decision they took made about 65% to 65% to 80% of Venezuelans to, I don't know whether they call it Venezuelans, to be happy because president
Now,
Iran gidio citizens mamegi America that have intervened which are bombing make a very table kilo manyuri those decisions mano chamo kene the international community they take, I call it a radical decision because nyai beneto joma pe ke bal beneto chalo monyo kene ma pe ke bal beneto
you know where happen any with the president we have right now, current president, do you think that international community they can do something on this thing?
These people can still have a round table of discussion whereby they can easily discuss with the president of the country, and when they're discussing these things with the president of the country or with the members or the top-notch members of the country, they can easily discuss these things and they harmonize it to be something good. Sometimes back, President Museveni has been offered to be the UN General Secretary, but he refused, and he was like to be a Quran. Him from being a president to being a Quran. That's the reason why radical decision that American took on other countries might also be effective. We don't need to see today, we need to see tomorrow. In other countries, so it kind of they will come and enjoy the peaceful country whereby it's run through democratic processes, it's run through rightful procedures whereby people don't step on the laws because the laws has been constituted to protect the citizens of the country. So the international community can work themselves to Uganda and they harmonize these things where possible. They can easily discuss it and give also a little bit privilege.
Now,
and I think because of these international laws or because of these international communities, Aberani also might have actually, it's very effective. As a Ugandan, and as the government of this Uganda, Jomagedi to Arpadana, Uganda kind of cham can no pekitika tiu petika gitika tayarway level matila kuro kano peka mono pechiak pa joma wakanyo international community no kono mogono watima right anyo Uganda tima right anyo lobo mon no tima right
okay
beyond
kete dong Uganda kwaro unyilongo ma international community be watching you kete they fail to mediate those things. What is happening right now? What are they going to do? Go with him. Kere Uganda kwaro.
Man, there are several steps that this international community.
Do a level me supplying military.
No, that's the reason why Bobi was calling for sanctions. Because the election that happened did not meet the international standard. It should have met at least the international standard. You want a free and fair election.
Okay.
What are the things meeting the international standard? We cannot discuss it right now.
Okay, now.
But Uganda, this mediation to harmonize these things fully. These are the steps this international committee will put. they put sanctions. These sanctions, kitwar waini, Uganda peke wile ARV. Chene matidi full ma Uganda nge contributing chene me ARV kilo mawawa.
Talking online now.
Manjuri in health sector, yard one gam yard no yard ma deep kuja no no. Kaga waini ki peke be contributing yard. Ka kedung yard tilim pieni ni wa yard panadol one power wile ki yard. Ergi kom lo ka chene pe.
Kom do wa kirne. Don't go ngol yard line me yard.
Ko ngol health sector they will fail to actually funding of doc pay anyo give kwanya funding zo lo be pere. In the military, in the Department of Ministry of Agriculture, and let me say, Jim do look fugi.
Give scrubbing, Jimmy wing off.
Chene mo magami yung funding chalo you in a manana you be gulu keep gum kono kwe ni chene wa kibot oil ban.
Yes.
Ma kite wa ene wa bechulo monolog matine.
Mod.
Erke konyo pieni lo nye berti cha kane power be stable. That's why the infrastructure is not good, so they decided to intervene ni. Donc chulo mon takene bene kene be bene tie they scrub it off.
So ka jama ni weng scrubbing ma no ka Uganda kwar wu lo ka ko kwa jeme no nyorni don ka mede chero ngato
intera ngene gitu wachene ma mwa twar da ko pencher chene me
and to ga mere to ka chero dak pin ke jobi yabno dan ken pe ngaye ke na wala dir mo be po biye ke na fa lu dir mo be chaka chaka ku pe la dir mo pe ye ke na ko ken wel mi chen
chaka pe ga mere be to eto
Iran win kong la bol Iran let me first say this. Iran, they are using Gana get you currency Gana. Real, Iran, they are using real plus Iran.
I don't know how they call their currency.
Yes.
Wow, only shilling. So I gave them
$1. So, ki Iran, $1 is equal to 1.5 real Iran. Because when you build kuja get to level, me chen ko. Paying.
Actually, there's a worse more than that one of Zimbabwe.
Yes, now.
Karamagi Chilogi, it was in the early 80s. I think early 80s or late 70s. They used to carry money in the sack to go and buy the bread.
No.
Now, you want to change my chaka will
La penya chel matie.
When you get Chilo, come on the sanctions they win. Not only sanctions. Kichilo again. Actually, there are 3 steps magito out to get it come maraj makaran. Mawani maybe you are to 12 bottle. What will a mine and Mutawani will be failing with a Mutawa, which are not covered you can get in.
And now, Ticoma La Pen Mugatini, Pianchawa take a chair. La Pen Mugatini. Kidum Pere Maladut Chagolano Corayoni. Do you think government of Banana will be better will be made again now? Cho one bear, better one more. Just a second moment.
Yeah, this is international communities, Gilly Lebana.
There
are several groups of bandits. Bandits mono KJ group at in Congo. There are more than 80. Okay, let me just put it roughly. There are more than 80.
No,
you group of bandits. Yeah. So Karma you know you would dig go supplying dig low mokane. The chill dig mokana pay. Yak go the same people make kill them and again give you and going on, going down Red Cross, going down. Which are creating weapon, make chill and dig a magomi about a man and a man which chill get doing, which are creating weapon, even the anti dig and the anti certain weapon, and the anti missile gumi, which are about a doing, and you gumi about a doing. So these are international communities, they are very complicated. They create you people create war, they make sure they fund the war will be continuously. Aduiga ini bere chile lum. Come ari lum kicham kipi wak kitong atayaro. Atayar mo nyige pia kire bere nyige million anyo nyige bi. Watak ini ga money ini chiro nyige tayara in pay retrieving. Watak ini ga money ini chiro nyige tayara in pay retrieving. They are the end community and a dog bucha funding in kinyo. Kinyiga tayaro go wai ni nyire ni. Merlo ni potum. So manyuri ni this international community in any channel, mechanical Betty status. But when take a look Geneva summit, mechanical status. Good time which I can discuss, which I can discuss in no, which I can discussing something to do with the Ugandan citizen. So it's very complicated with the international community. Pay time and give me
okay.
Geneva new Johnny Petro me, Bobi is so much into people. International community, per down Magamoto. jomane yele erte jomane ma ka ma me do ngi ticket gi ba ko condamn genani ni jawe ni bu jone ko monane bu wen miri ni jemene wen running suru chwa pa dana ma duong eta pe taking decision no me kene international community mar ngaru ma taking decision ma me kene ma ka chalo ko mon me Uganda ko mon me Uganda ko ni kitika mi support kilo ma giti kono Somalia giti Congo giti Sudan giti West Africa mono beka those days we are po bana ko chara Australia mono mon me Uganda ma ko chara kono so international community gene ni comme la beer to ari mon ma me chara lobo egoni wen mon ka beer to ari mon ma me chara lobo ni kawa balo bo wen dir ma bu tigi parliament ma yi wax mon me chara lobo ni of which parliament I know mero ye so pege mar ngar mo mati so much with the support of people ge mar ngar mo machake taking decision no mege no yomo yigi
aya na la penyo ga tini ko beri tamani la dit amachal en bo wen tik ka kane ko
pengi pen la pen ma tak mo no kaka mene pengi chi an la kin ganga ja ongi ni
okay donc me agi kene pengi tamani e chwa lo family na wen wa
yeah
en mere sek da ke ka chele kan yandum
by the way let me tell you one thing Bobo is sending his family outside the country right because he's the main target is the person who can influence people to go to street ke mero ingin terangin the chairman mawani ke yelo peace per president no kumerga yin chao yelo Museveni yin chao yetro Museveni kirana yang la mego ni lecturer man ma kere nyerwenya kono Stella Nyanzi no Stella something
Nyanzi yes Stella
uyerga president well president be very focus ka running the administrative work ma konyo the entire millions of citizens chao concentrating kum ngara chili kenda baba mo chili so kumerga yin yelo family pa bobo en tika yele for freedom bi danama don giti in captive bobo en tamani me ritual jone wa ka en nga yele kan ma ka ma o mient la nyar la tiene mo chien anya ma o dawne pe mi twin en better focus kema gel wanya nyim tana mo mutiak so this is the reason to why I know why let me send my family outside I remain in this struggle
okay
and that could be the reason why he is also hiding because ini ya dama po ke ma ke chike kilo ban ma duin kum gidan chana mwanga chivumbi ke merke kilo issues deputy president panyiri mati e Buganda region ke kilo issues ma ene ko be pengio kito mo te me gange ma ke chilu dan gange ti sok so we are paying pengio but the return of boboin bobero ge mama grateful I don't want to prophesize about it but that's through my views and any even I know down upon get the street me Ginger Road okay. And I know it's not going to take express
okay
it's going to use the actually the old road I mean the Entebbe Road
okay
the old road Medugu mano cha cannot take a flight in case ka gwa ko charo wa
okay wo fo e matek to la do pi yen me mar fo lu ngal a waja di dak furi charity we non update makwa ko gen matiga kate ilobo e no kare i dark spot politics o bi rat dake ni almo kanne wo fo